a Canadian radio sanctuary podcast.
I'm really impressed with the amount of time you guys put together and doing your thing. I was reading in the paper that they gave us at the Jockeys Center last night that it's more than just a business type of thing with you guys.
Yeah.
You're together on a more personal level than just that.
Right, man. We spend a lot of time together. We're in business together. We like doing what we're doing, and we know that without one another, that it's not worth as much as it is with us together. You know what I'm saying? When we first started in this, we weren't doing it, just to make money. We were doing it for, because it's something we like to do, man. It was something that we didn't even know that we could make money at it, and when we started out, we just started out singing. So after a while, when it became necessary to support ourselves, and we found out that we could get paid for doing it, it just made it an added plus that we're friends and we're making money together, and we understand one another. We know that each one of us, are individual persons, and that each individual guy has a different outlook. So every now and then we have to sit down and talk about it to find out where we're really going, where we want to go as a group and as individuals.
What were the early days like? Was it a club type of gig that you were doing?
In the early days, whatever we could get to do. We did clubs, we did one-nighters, did a lot of promotion, a lot of record hops, a lot of things for expenses. Wasn't much money made in the early days. There wasn't any money made, not really. And I remember our first gig, man, that we did, that we got any money on. We got $25, $5 a piece. And we didn't work any harder. We don't work any harder now than we did then. In fact, I think we work a lot harder.
I think we sang much better then.
Yeah, we sung a lot better. Because at that time we had 5 boys. The thing we used to do a thing where we used to do a lot of flips and all over the stage. Shades of. You ever heard of the Vibrations?
No.
Right. These are guys who made such things as Hully Gully, Peanut Butter. You used to get a lot of stuff from them.
You into a sort of a skit thing a bit last night. Were you into that a little more in the?
Yeah. In the early days, yeah. It's just like right now with the kind of stuff we're doing, we're just reverting back to the things that we used to do. Only we have someone now, a gentleman by the name of Charlie Atkins, that shows us how to put it together a little bit more professional.
It must make you three feel even closer now that the thing is clicked.
Yeah.
How did it was actually the Gamble and Huff affiliation that really got things rolling again, wasn't it? How did that exactly come about? What were your feelings about going into that? Did you want to get in with them?
Well, we were with them before in 1968. The Intruders, who were their bread and butter team at one time. They ended introduced us, and this was around 1967, 68, and we went in and we recorded an album called The OJs in Philadelphia, and we had a couple of songs on there. We had one called One Night Affair and Deeper in Love. That were, national hits and chart records, but they weren't big ones, and at that time, Chess Records were distributing their label, which was Neptune, and Chess Records went out of business and didn't pay anybody, and we kept asking Gamble and Huff, well, where's our money, man? And they couldn't get their business together with Chess, and so we got disenchanted, and we went home and started trying to produce ourselves, and which did not work at all. We spent a lot of money, man, and nothing happened because we couldn't get nobody to play our stuff. So after being at home for a couple of years, and we got a few offers from different other people, but we really knew that Gamble and Huff were able to produce the group better than anybody had in all the years that we had been together. They could write the songs, the music was the kind of music that made us want to sing, and so we said, well, we'll go back. They called us up and said that they had gotten their thing together and come on down and get a smash. So we, at that time, we were starving to death. And so we says, what's it going to hurt? At least we'll get a record out there. We'll be able to go back to work. Because for 1 year there, we only worked 5 jobs, man. There's no way you can live off of 5 jobs. So we went back, and that's when they came up with Backstabbers. And it's been like that big ever since, man.
Just took off.
Yeah, just blasted on out, man.
Must have been a hell of a feeling to see Backstabbers take off like that.
The funny thing about that, man, you don't really feel, you don't feel it, we just beginning to feel that thing you call success, you know what I'm saying, where you're able to do different things, yeah, it was great to see the records going to be -- or getting a gold record for it, but feeling it, having it to affect your everyday living, it just didn't happen. It felt like, well, we're still on the road, and we're still on the road now, and you think that when they say you're successful, it's when you no longer have to be on the road, and you can just go home, but it don't happen. Yeah, that never happens. You just go from one level of entertainment to another level, to a higher level. And I don't think there's ever really an end. It's just because, like the critics, the critics are coming now and they're watching our feet, and our throats, and they're writing about it. So now it's a little rougher because you're under the pressure that you're getting paid so much money, so now that you have to be good to stay there, and so you leave nothing for chance, what I'm saying. We don't go out there and we don't go out there and our gun's not loaded. We're out on the hunting ground and our gun's loaded for bear, man.
You're still having fun, though?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I enjoy it, man. There's nothing like turning a crowd on. Nothing like it.
The feeling was there last night.
Right. Nothing like it.
I really felt that you guys were having a good time.
Have there ever been, I'm sure there have been occasionally songs that are, how are they presented to you, like, hey, we'd like you to do this song, and you say that's not us, like For the Love of Money, was that not a bit of a change in some ways than like Love Train or that? it's much more.
You tell.
A little more things going on than For the Love of Money.
Well, see now, that's where we don't get into it anymore. We trust their judgment now. There was a time when we first went back to them after the period that we were off so long, and they presented Backstabbers to us, and we refused that. We told them it wasn't our style because we had been doing basically slow things before that, not much success with fast things. And they simply told us we didn't have a style at that particular time, and they went ahead on and put the track together for Backstabbers, and then we heard it, you know, and we could hear that it was a smash if it got the proper airplay. So after that, when they present us with a song now, we listen, and usually we like it anyway, you know, since our style has changed somewhat. And we just get into it now. Love of Money was a little different. They used more electrical effects than they've ever used before, but it still had a good groove under it and real good lyrics, so it was there. How we want to sing it, we stick basically close to the melody lines that they give us, but all of our ad-libs and our background is basically us, you know, how we feel and how we want to do it.
See, that music never stops, you know. Music constantly pounding, and you have to be constantly pounding with it, you know.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about Eddie O.J.
What do you want to hear? Very little bit about it. He's actually the gentleman who really got us started in this, you know, in the recording. You know, I mean, really got us into it, you know, to the point of he took us around. He introduced us to people. He told us how to act, you know, how to be gentlemen, even, you know, how to stand up when a lady comes in the room and all these things. You know, he taught us about the things that you need to know in this business, man, and he introduced us to a lot of good people. He was just such a shithead himself, man, you know.
It's too busy. One thing I've always been curious about is in Backstabbers, there's a reference there to, I think it's to Smiling Faces by the Undisputed Truth.
Yeah.
Was that yours, or was that Gamble?
That was Gamble.
That was Gamble and Huff.
Yeah.
Huff more than Gamble because Whitehead and McFadden wrote it, and Huff really put it together. It's really true. You know, and they just come up with the right words to let people know, plain and simple, what's happening.
They're smiling in your face.
Things in like Smiling Faces and Backstabbers.
Probably just came out tying in with the song, and then he might have seen it later. You know.
I understand that Al Green is one of your favorites.
Yeah, but yeah, we learned a lot as far as. You see, enunciation, you know, the way he says certain things and the way, you know, he will moan through a lyric, you know, that's what we were watching from him a lot, you know. It's just like, myself, I learned a lot of things from a lot of people that now I'm able to use in recording and on stage. And use it in my own way that it can come across. You know,
Sly Stone does it. Billy Preston does it. Now Larry Graham does it quite a bit. You know, different sound effects you can get with your voice and be able to control it, and it goes along with the track. Stevie Wonder's been doing it a long time.
Constantly changing with the people, and they might be leaders. You know, when people are watching you, it's your chance to, you know, to show them what you are about and to keep on changing with them, you know, because if you stay in one place too long, they're going to leave you.